Sitting of council for the 2021-2026 term of office is expected to take place today and tomorrow. A city says in a statement that acting city manager Floyd Brink will be the presiding officer during the swearing in of the 270 councillors and the election of Speaker of Council. Brink will then preside over the election of the executive mayor and chief whip of council. This comes amid continued wrangling between political parties over possible coalitions in Johannesburg and Tshwane. Our colleague Natasha Phiri joins us live now. Natasha, what is expected in the city of Johannesburg this morning?
Well, very good morning to you, Desiree, and of course to our agenda viewers. What we can expect today is the swearing in of those 270 councillors, and of course the election of the Speaker of Council, and then the election of the Mayor. As you've rightly said, that the municipal manager, Mr. Floyd Brink, will be presiding over those proceedings. As soon as the Speaker is then elected, the Speaker then takes over from Mr. Floyd Brink. As you said, that Council is expected to sit today and tomorrow, but Desiree, we must highlight that tomorrow is actually the deadline since the gazetting of those various municipal councillors across all 4,468 wards. So if council does not sit tomorrow, it might actually be a problem. The matter then needs to get reported to the MEC of Kota, which is Mr. Lebogang Mahile, and of course then you'd see a situation where the city of Johannesburg then really needs to go for by-elections. But just in terms of this whole weekend, it's been really quite interesting, Desiree, especially in terms of coalition talks. I mean, on last week Monday we saw various groups which actually formed the multi-party group that comprised of the DA, the FF Plus, Action SA, the Good Party, UDM, COPE and ACDP, just meeting and talking about forming coalitions within those key metros, the likes of Tshwane, the likes of Johannesburg. We also got feedback from them on Friday, and a statement coming from all these parties saying that in the city of Tshwane they would support the DA's mayoral candidate, and here in the city of Johannesburg they would support Action SA's Herman Mashaba as their mayoral candidate. Seemingly it was to be unseen, Desiree. On Saturday we saw the leader of the DA, Mr. John Steenhuisen, releasing a video announcing that they would actually be supporting their own mayoral candidate within the city of Johannesburg, and that is Dr. Mpho. Seemingly, coming out of that agreement, we saw the uproar and the furore by Herman Mashaba and UDM leader Mr. Bantu Holomisa, and of course Herman Mashaba, telling one of the newspapers that he felt double-crossed by the DA, and of course the implications of this, Desiree, is that the DA's decision could potentially unravel, the decisions reached by opposition parties in the city of Tshwane to install a DA, mayor with the help of Action SA, and we know that that council sitting is actually taking place tomorrow. So I mean, huge implications. This might actually dash, Herman Mashaba's dreams of actually becoming, the mayor of the city of Johannesburg. As you know, that they actually have 44 seats here in the city of Johannesburg. The DA has 71 seats, and the ANC has 91 seats. So I mean, if the DA actually votes for their own mayoral candidate, Dr. Mpho, it means as if 71 votes will not be seen by this multi-party government. So quite interesting revelations here in the city of Johannesburg. We expect proceedings to actually start at 10 a.m. Desiree, and hopefully it won't be like what we've seen in 2016 where council took the entire day and only in the evening we saw the election of the mayor, who was then Mr. Herman Mashaba. And of course, he really wants to come back as Johannesburg mayor, but this might have actually dampened his dreams and his hopes. Desiree.
Natasha, that action by the African National Congress following its weekend meeting to announce its mayoral candidates and also coming out decisively to say Mpho will be their candidate in the city of Joburg, does this give them a bit of a head start?
Well, Desiree, it somewhat does, but we've still yet to hear from the EFF. I remember, if you'll know Mpho Mwera and his track record, he was the MMC of Finance. He had a short stint of becoming, the City of Johannesburg mayor after the untimely and unfortunate passing of Mr. Johnny D. Matongo. So, for the party, it bodes well with the ANC. Some might not be so happy. As you know, we had 3 contenders, vying for that position, the likes of the regional secretary, Mr. Dada Mrero, and Umam Yunus as well. But the NEC, they're choosing the name of Mpho Mwera. And of course, you would know that, Desiree, they went for interviews sometime last week, and there's a prerequisite for you to become or to be elected as a mayoral candidate. There needs to be experience, there needs to be some sort of financial knowledge, and it seems as if Mpho Mwera actually came out tops amongst all those who are actually vying for that top position. So, as you've said, the likes of Mpho Mwera has been fielded as the ANC's mayoral candidate, and just reiterating what I said earlier on, the ANC has 91 seats, but this is a decline of 121 seats, Desiree, from 2016, where they've yielded about 44.5% of the votes in the city of Johannesburg, and they actually now have 33.60%. So quite a huge blow for the governing party, but they actually hope to be victorious, seeing that the DA says they're actually fielding their own mayoral candidates. So it remains to be seen what will actually happen here in council. But I do implore you, SABC viewers, to actually stay tuned to the SABC to give you all the latest from the Johannesburg City Council, which is the economic hub of the country, if not the continent.
Natasha, thank you so much for setting the scene there for us. And of course, that question we're asking our viewers today, your thoughts about the coalition agreements that have already been signed so far. Let's take a look at some of your thoughts.